everyone. So here we have the unit circle. This is something that you worked on last week. In fact, you had a drag and drop activity that you had to build the unit circle. And then some of your videos explained how this unit circle was created. And if you recall, it was made by using your special right triangles. So your 30, 60, 90 triangles, your 45, 45, 90 triangles, of which the hypotenuse, which represents the radius of the circle, has a measure of 1. And that is how each one of these ordered pairs were created. So if you also recall from the video, when it comes to the ordered pairs, because of our special right triangles within it, we can simply say that cosine of theta represents the x value of the ordered pair, and sine of theta represents the y value of the ordered pair. So we're going to take this assignment a step further and find the exact values of our trig functions using this unit circle. So here's how it goes. Here's our first example. Cosine of 7 pi over 6. So it's given in radians. First thing you want to do is look on the unit circle to see if you have 7 pi over 6. There it is, 7 pi over 6. And as I said, cosine represents the x value of the ordered pairs. So you go to 7 pi over 6, look at the x value, and there you have it. Negative square root of 3 over 2. That's it. You should not have to pick up a calculator at all for this assignment. Let's try another one. Sine of 300. Well, let's see if it's on the unit circle. Go to your degrees. There's 300. We're talking about sine. Sine represents the y value. So 300, we look at our y value, and again, negative square root of 3 over 2. So far, so good. Number 3. Okay, cosine of 480 degrees. 480. That's bigger than 360. So we have to think back to an assignment we did a little while ago using what's called coterminal angles. And coterminal angles have the same angle in standard position. So what we have to do is essentially find the coterminal angle. And to do that, because it's bigger than 480, we would subtract 360. Therefore, we have a measure of 120. So we are actually finding, in a way, cosine of 120 degrees. They'll be the same. So, find 120. There it is. Cosine represents the x value, so negative 1/2 is our answer. Okay. Sine of 11 pi over 4. Well, 4 goes into 11 more than twice, which means it's bigger than 360, or it's bigger than 2 pi. Therefore, we again have to use our coterminal angles. So in this case, we would subtract 11 pi over 4 with 2 pi. But in order to subtract fractions, we have to have a common denominator. So we need to think, well, if I have to make the 2 pi have a common denominator of 4, I need to multiply top and bottom by 4. So that would give us 8 pi over 4. And then when it comes to subtracting fractions, you really just subtract the numerator. So 11 pi minus 8 pi gives us 3 pi over 4. So we find 3 pi over 4 on our unit circle. And it's sine, so we look at the y value. Therefore, our answer is square root of 2 over 2. Let's do one more. Okay, this one is cosine of a negative 3 pi over 4. Again, I don't have any negatives on my unit circle. You could go in the opposite direction, try to work it out that way, or let's just go with our coterminal angles again. Because this is a negative number, we're going to have to add 2 pi to it. So we're going to add 2 pi. Same exact idea like number 4. We have to get a common denominator. And because our denominator is 4, we already figured out that that would make it 8 pi over 4. So we are essentially adding that together. Negative 3 pi plus 8 pi over 4 gives us 5 pi over 4. So on our unit circle, we look for 5 pi over 4. We are finding the cosine, which means we use our x value, and we have negative square root of 2 over 2. Okay, next video we'll talk about tangent.